Good day, students. Today we're going to look at a solution now to a couple of more of your practice problems. These are found on page 15 in chapter 6. That's the first chapter in book 3 of your Math 1025 booklets, and this one deals with division of terms with exponents and how you simplify. And that's all the instructions will say here is simplify. Okay, so the only instruction you'll get is the word simplify. And you simplify according to the operation. Now the operation is, of course, division, right? These lines here, of course, mean divide by, don't they? So we're simplifying. Now, as you can see, just like we did with multiplication, we're going to treat each separately. So I'm going to look at the coefficients of these terms, or deal with the numbers separately. So just deal with 12 divided by -4, and that, of course, is -3. So the numbers basically are taken care of now, aren't they? Okay, so now if we look at the next one, we got p to the 10, okay, divided by p to the 6. So I'm only looking at this bit here. Let me just circle it. Okay, I'm looking at p to the 10 divided by p to the 6. Now what's the rule? When you have like bases, so whether it's p to the a over p to the b, then we subtract them. That's right. When we divide like bases, we subtract exponents. So p to the 10 divided by p to the 6 is p, right, to the 10 subtract 6, which is p to the 4. Okay, so when you're dividing like bases, you subtract the exponents. The top exponent, always subtract the bottom. Now, when the bottom exponent is smaller, right, like it is in this case, 6 is smaller than 10, then you're left with a number in the numerator, or variable, and its power in the numerator. However, if you get something like this, if you had p to the 7 over p to the 10, when you subtract those, what you'll end up with is negative exponents, and we'll deal with that in a future video, but that is the same as this. So for students, we tend to skip these two steps and go from here to here. Because what it means p times p 7 times, right, in the numerator. And it means what? In the denominator we have 1, 2, we have 10 of these, don't we? So, and then we're just canceling p over p, p over p. And when you keep canceling, you'll notice that there are 3 left where? In the denominator, or p to the -3. So just a little heads up for future videos, we'll deal with that case, okay, in future problems. For our purposes, it looks like all the numerator exponents are bigger than the bottom ones, so it's a little bit easier. So this one will be p to the 10 subtract. Now I'll do the extra step, but lots of people are not going to write this step that I'm writing now. They'll just go right to p to the 4, right? And then it's q to the 10 subtract 9. And then it's r to the 14 subtract 10. Okay, and we're not going to leave it like that. We're simply going to write 4. Q to the 10 minus 1 is q to the 1. R to the 14 minus 10, of course, is r to the 4. Now, we're not going to leave it even like that. Simplest usually means we'll rewrite them where ones are understood, we'll drop the ones. But this is perfectly correct. If you want to leave the 1 in it, you can. Okay, you don't have to take the 1 out if you don't want. Okay, so that would be quite acceptable as an answer. But the final answer here would be this one in its simplest form. Okay, very similar. Let's look at the next one. And the next one deals with very similar, so do the numbers first. So 50 divided by -5, which is -10. Now m10 over m6, so I'm doing m to the power of 10 divided by m to the power of 6. Now I'm not going to do the extra step like I did the last time, just going to do that in my head. That's 10 subtract 6, which is 4. Now n, now there is no n, oh yes there is an n right there. There's no p in the bottom, look at that. So we do have 10, right, n to the 10 divided by n to the 9, which is n to the 10 subtract 9. Top one subtract the bottom one. So it's going to be n to the 1. And you'll notice, let me just get rid of that, so it's n to the 1. And then the last one, there's just p. There's no p on the bottom, so you don't do anything with that. You just carry it down, p to the 5. So there's your final answer. Now again, we can leave the 1 in. That's perfectly correct. However, lots of people will rewrite that without the understood 1 as an exponent. So your final answer for L is negative 10 m to the power 4 n p to the power of 5. So there's a couple of solutions for you to look at there. Hopefully that helps. That's it for now.